Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to take a look at a brand new LEGO Eternals set. That's set number 76155 in Arishem Shadow with 493 pieces. This set retailed for $59.99 USD or $60 and was attached to the release of the brand new Eternals movie, which came out early November. And this set is honestly, I think, one of my favorites and probably one of the most accurate Marvel sets we've ever gotten, shockingly. It has 4 fantastic minifigures, which we'll take a look at in just a second, 1 Deviant, and then the build for Arishem, which I'm in love with. And I'm just honestly blown away by how good this looks. Without further ado, let's jump on in and take a look at those minifigures, and we'll bounce back to the build of the set. All right, the first Eternal is going to be Icarus, and this character appears in 3 of the 4 Eternal sets, the smallest and the 2 largest ones. Very interesting that they chose to give this character specifically so many appearances, considering he ended up being the main villain. And also, he looks nothing like his on-screen counterpart. It's really a shame LEGO made this figure based on concept art. In reality, he had much darker hair and more facial hair. If you want to improve this figure, I'd recommend using the face and hair from the Bucky Barnes CMF figure. That pairs for a really great character. However, what we have here has the Star-Lord hair in that nougat there with a very nice upset expression on this side. And I'll show you the back facial printing in just a second. But I'm absolutely in love with the torso design here, along with the legs. The printing is very fluid, and it's pretty much exactly what he looked like on screen as well. So a very, very accurate. You've got toe printing, just such a well-designed minifigure with some really great torso printing on the back as well. And he's got a much more smile, kind of calm face on the back here when he's not out, killing his friends and everything. Really great minifigure though. I'm not going to hold it against them that they got the hair and face wrong because the printing is just so accurate. And again, you're working with concept art. What can you do? Still, pretty interesting minifigure. Here we have Circe, and she is exclusive to this set. Very interesting minifigure here. Not sure I love her face, considering it was used in the Shang-Chi sets, so weird there. Again, no arm printing. However, she does have some excellent torso and leg printing there, along with feet printing. Looks really great, very accurate. I love her black hair piece as well. I think that works reasonably well for her. And then on the back, you can see she's got a much more smiling, happy expression. Does not fit her character at all. And then the back torso printing is really great. Much more like lines, details, pretty good. I can't get behind that face. It's just not working it for me because it's a reuse. I don't know. It just doesn't look much like the actress to me. I think a better face print definitely could have been found. But other than that, really great character. No accessories, just like Icarus. Just great printing though. Really great to have her here. Perhaps my favorite character from the movie was Kingo, and it's amazing to see him here. His accessory is 3 of these orange Power Blast pieces. If you guys don't know how those work, you simply kind of push on the side here, boom, and it launches. That one launched really far, actually. A really great play feature there. I love the Kingo minifigure. That facial expression for him is perfect. I love the raised eyebrow. Great hair piece too, and I love the purple design for his robes. Super, super cool. No arm printing again, but he does have some excellent continuation from onto the torso, the hips, the legs. That's a very fluid print. He's got some feet printing as well. And on the back, he's got some just basic back printing. And then pulling off his hairpiece, you can see he's got another facial expression. This one I like even more for him. That smile, it just fits his character perfectly. This is a good facial print. I wish LEGO gave that much care to Circe, and maybe she would have been a bit better. Honestly though, probably my second favorite character from the entire Eternals line. All the minifigures are great. This one just holds a special place in my heart because I loved his on-screen counterpart so much. The next character, or actually the final character here, is going to be Ajax, the leader of the Eternals, who died off screen before we even got introduced to her, so very interesting there. Really great character here. I have no complaints. They gave her the Elven Spear piece as an accessory. I'm not sure if that fits. We never really saw her fight with it, but the set also included an extra gold sword and then 2 of these gold signs as alternate weapons for the Eternals if you wanted to give them to them. Every set comes with just a multitude of golden weapons, so very interesting. Not sure if it has any specific bearing on the characters, but it's there if you want it. I love the Hermione hairpiece in black there, and I think her facial expression works perfectly. The gold on the blue is a very attractive combination. No arm printing again, but I really love the robe designs. Feet printing though for the win. On the back, the hairpiece covers most of it, so let's get that out of the way. We have a much more smiling and happy expression along with some nice kind of back designs with gold and blue circles. Really great printing. I think this character is one of the most detailed and looks really great, incredibly accurate. I wish she had that crown. I think if they reused CMF Wanda's hairpiece and kind of redid the crown to match what we saw in the movie, this would have been the best minifigure ever, but it's okay. I get that the way the set's released and everything, that piece didn't technically exist when they designed this, so this minifigure is still fantastic, one of the best, in my opinion. Every Eternal set includes at least one Deviant, and this one is interesting. It's the smallest of the lot, smaller than the one that comes in the smallest set. It's got some very nice wings here. You can pose those in any way, shape, or form. Wolverine claws, 4 of them for the hands and the feet. The legs are completely posable. This is a print. This is a sticker. It's a very interesting Deviant. You can move the head up and down. There's horns as well. It's a very small and flimsy build, breaks easily, but it gets the point across, and it's more importantly accurate to what we see on screen. There's also a tail you can move up and down. It is one of the Deviants from the movie. Very accurate, good build, and I mean, I'm not really expecting much. The set was mostly supposed to be Arishem, and pretty much all the pieces went into that, so you can really tell that this was more of like a, let's give him something else, and I appreciate that, but I don't really care one way or the other, and I think all the love and attention really went to Arishem, which you'll see in just a second. All right, with the minifigures and the Deviant out of the way, let's take a look at Arishem here. Now, Arishem is very difficult to record because he's so tall. He's just like a massive action figure here. Really, really cool. I love the scale they chose to go with this. Looks really cool and also very similar to the Iron Man that's coming out early 2022. Very cool here. There's also a ton of stickers. I'm talking like so many stickers. And there's also stud shooters on his hands. For some reason, if you guys don't know how that works, just click that and launches the stud. I'm not sure why they felt the need to include stud shooters on a Celestial, but whatever. Real quick before I talk about the build, I want to talk about stability. It's interesting. They have these very nice like big plaques for his feet to kind of help anchor him in place because otherwise he'd be way too top heavy, but he's very hard to stand upright because he falls forward very easily because of the way he's situated. If you want him to like stand up all the way, you can balance him. But if he's even too far forward, he just topples very easily, which is a little unfortunate. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because when you do get him in a good position, he stays really well. But it's also really hard to position him right because his leg joints are not the sturdiest. Specifically, this one right here, this ball joint, it's rather weak. And so he does tend to lisp. And when he lisps forward, he just topples right away, which is not the greatest, but it's a very difficult thing to get, right. His arms have full posability. He's got shoulder pads here, which you can adjust. So you can move his arms and the pads kind of go with him. And I really like that because that keeps his shoulders covered no matter how you put his arms. And they have like completely and full rotation in the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. There's no problems there. And for this hand, he actually does have a feature where you can take Circe or Ajax, and like it was in the movie, you can have the character there kind of to speak to him floating in his palm. Of course, the scale isn't accurate, but that play feature is accurate to the movie, so kudos to LEGO for doing that. That's just accomplished using one of these plates to just attach in his palm, and that is replicated on the other side of the hand as well, so you can have another minifigure sitting there if you wanted to. Ugh, see, he's so hard to get to stand up. It's really unfortunate. Shaping-wise, I'm in love with this. Like, aside from the stability, I think this is so accurate. Like, I love the way they use these pieces to make his face with all the eyes. That looks so good. And I love the stickers. Like, normally, I'm not a huge fan of stickers, but I think their use is really, really good here. His legs are nowhere near as posable as his arms. You can kind of kick and you can walk like that. But again, his legs are so, he's so heavy that you don't really want posability in his legs. You want them kind of be locked and rigid. And honestly, I probably would have preferred to lock that joint instead of leaving it open. He also does have a light brick in the back you can push in, and the center of his chest will light up. That did not really happen in the movie, so I'm not sure why they included that. But that's just kind of locked in there, and if you want to push that, you just push the button in the back there, and that lights it up. His head has full rotation. There's not really much else I want to say about the Arishem character here. He looks fantastic, really accurate to the movie, and just in general, really cool to get a large-scale Celestial here. I hope we get more characters like this in the future. I would love to see a Galactus in the scale, maybe a Sentinel, different creatures from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think would be really cool in this specific scale. I know it's not accurate per se, but it's still really nice, and I absolutely love it. Let's look at the box and the manual real quick and then bounce back to my final verdict. All right, here's the box, and I absolutely love the way they did the design here. The space in the back looks gorgeous. Earth with the lighting and the galaxy, I'm blown away by how good this looks. Also, that's an incredibly crowded picture up there, but we have all of the Eternals, and then, of course, the characters included in the set down there, along with a picture of the Deviant attacking 2 of the characters. And then on the side panel here, we have Legolized versions of all 4 of the characters appearing in the set. And on the back here, it advertises that play feature where you can hold the character, give you some dimensions, and then just kind of shows the battle with Arishem reaching in, looming from the background. Really cool. Love this box art. Eternals did a really good job with some absolutely gorgeous box art. I just love the way that came together. Here's the instruction manual. Mine's a little bit water damaged, but that's nothing to do with Lego. On the back, we got the Wind Pirate. We have a parts list, an advertisement for the other sets. You should have seen reviews for the smaller ones already, and there'll be one for the Rise of the Domo coming out very, very soon. Other than that, just instructions to the light brick. A lot of instructions to the light brick, actually, and nothing else of note. It feels super weird to review this set because there's so much white space here. It's a very oddly shaped. It's just very oddly shaped. In general, though, I think I'd have to give this set a solid 10 out of 10. It's very rare for me to do that, but I really don't have any problems with it. Sure, I complained a lot about the stability and everything. However, when you're actively playing with this, stability is not an issue because you're moving it around. And once you lock it in a good display position, like I have here when you lean the character back against the angles, he does stay really, really well. And aside from that, this is accurate. This Deviant, I recognize from the film. It's a really great model. You get 4 phenomenal figures that are literally perfect with the exception of Icarus's face and hair, but concept art, I'm not going to hold that against them. And just Arishem looks accurate and is a great build. And I feel like for $60, you're getting a lot here. You're getting 4 main characters, 3 of which are exclusive, which is really cool. And a really great build. So yeah, honestly, a solid 10 out of 10 is definitely what I have to say here. It's a great set, and I'd highly recommend picking this up. Even if you aren't really a fan of the film or haven't seen it yet, it's still a great set with excellent value with some great characters, and it's just a really unique model, and I hope that by supporting this set, we'll get more models like it in the future. That's pretty much all I gotta say for this, though. Make sure to leave your thoughts about this set, and of course, the Eternals movie in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And do you want to see more content involving that and future Marvel projects? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the very next video, and wish you all have a fantastic and safe rest of your day.